folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Urshan. This week we're doing another tag video. This is the return of the Halloween tag 2023, created by David's Digs. And I was tagged by none other than Jen and Christian from Jen's Reviews from the Grave. And yes, David asks us 13 questions all about the Halloween season, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Get things kicked off for this Halloween season in a great way. Number one is, when is it officially Halloween season for you? Now, it's kind of always Halloween for me in a way, you know, because I love horror so much, and I'm always talking about horror and doing videos for my channel for horror stuff. But in the spirit of this question, I'm going to say when Spirit Halloween opens, the store Spirit Halloween. And a lot of times you might find one that opens in like late July somewhere. So yeah, I usually try to find the one that opens the earliest, and then that kicks everything off for me. Gets me in the spirit of the season. Most of them open up around August, but yeah, you might find one that opens a little bit earlier. So, number 2, do you decorate for Halloween? The only time I really decorate for Halloween is like specifically for this channel. I might dress up my room area, you know, a little bit. But I don't really do it in the house per se, or outside the house per se, because I'm lazy, you know. I'm too lazy. It's a lot of work, and I'm too lazy, you know. I'm always tired, working all the time. But I love seeing other people do it, you know. I'm just too lazy to do it myself. Number 3, what is your favorite Halloween candy to give or to receive? Now, of course, I'd rather receive it. So I'm going to say Smarties, the little candies wrapped up in the plastic wrap. I love those things. And, of course, the most famous Halloween candy, candy corns, you know. And a lot of people hate those, but I love them. I do love candy corns, so those are my favorite Halloween candies. Number 4, favorite spooky season tunes. Now I'm going to go with the Friday the 13th Part 2 theme song. The score is phenomenal for Friday the 13th Part 2. To me, it improved on the original, which is also great. But I feel like the second film, they really amped it up with like a full orchestra, you know. It was pretty intense. Yeah, so Henry Manfredini with the score. Same thing with Halloween 2. I feel like Halloween 2 in 1981, they amped up the score, you know. Alan Howarth came in and took what John Carpenter did in the original and kind of amped it up more, made it a little more gothic sounding with the synthesizer. I love it. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Yeah, a lot of Part 2s in there, I guess. But yeah, absolutely love the soundtrack to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, as well as the opening score theme song. It's got a lot of cool punk rock songs in there, you know. And absolutely the original Nightmare on Elm Street score is phenomenal. So those are my favorites. Number 5 is Halloween party or movie marathon. Which would you rather do at Halloween time? Movie marathon, easily. That's my big thing on Halloween, is I want to watch as much horror movies as possible. I don't care about a Halloween party. I haven't gone to a Halloween party since I was like 20, probably. Maybe even younger. Number 6 is there a movie that scares you to this day? And what is it, and why does it scare you so much? I'm going to say The Shining. It still scares me to this day. I think it's an incredible movie. Incredibly well directed by Stanley Kubrick. And yes, I know it's famous, the fact that Stephen King did not like the film, even though it's based on his novel, because he took a lot of liberties with it. I don't care. It's a phenomenal movie. It's scary as hell, and what scares me the most about it is that scene with the twin girls that are ghosts, and we find that they were murdered by their own father at the Overlook Hotel, and you see those grisly images when they show up and the flashbacks of them dead on the ground with the axe next to them, blood everywhere. It's horrifying. It scares the crap out of me to this day. What else does? The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974, I think, is still a terrifying movie. I think it's just incredible. It's one of the greatest horror films ever, and it just holds up so well to this day, and I think it always will. Number 7, are you a fan of remakes? Generally, no. I really am not a fan of remakes. I feel like, in most cases, just leave it alone. If they did it right the first time, leave it alone. I think there are cases where you could take a movie where maybe they didn't quite get it right the first time. Maybe there's things that could have been done better. In that case, I could see it, but there have been a few exceptions. There have been a few good remakes, but it's rare. Most of the time, I just would rather not see it get touched. So yeah. Number 8. Finish this sentence. If it's flavored pumpkin spice, I'm blank. If it's a candle, I'm excited. I like scented candles. That's something my wife got me into. I used to hate candles, but when she lights them, I like it. I really like all these different scented candles and stuff, especially like Halloween scented candles, like white pumpkin spice or witch's brew is my favorite. Yeah, but as far as like eating something that's pumpkin spice flavored, no, I don't really get into it. I don't really care for pumpkin spice coffee or anything like that. Number 9, would you rather go to a haunted corn maze or a haunted house? I think I'd much rather go to a haunted house. I kind of did. I went to the house of Lizzie Borden. Yeah, you can go there and visit the house. I'm not sure if you can anymore, but I did go there and visit there, and that's where the murders took place, So that is kind of and it's kind of said to be haunted as well, I mean, there's definitely some bad, like juju in there, There's gotta be. How can there not be? But, yeah. So, number 10, do you scare easily? Or are you the one doing the scaring? I'd say both. I mean, I don't really say I scare easy per se, but it's possible. It has happened. My wife's really good at doing that, sneaking up on people. And I'm pretty good at that too, because I can sneak up on a person and not make a sound. I can walk and you will not hear me coming, unless I want you to, I'm pretty good at that, So I'm pretty good at sneaking up on people. But so is my wife. She's really good at doing that. Number 11, you're cast in a horror movie. Which character are you? The final guy / girl, comic relief, or are you the killer? I'd say in my case I'd be the killer, much like the last question is. I'm kind of good at sneaking up on people and not making a sound. I can be dead quiet, But I'm definitely not comic relief. I am not that funny, And yeah, I can't really see playing the victim that much. I think being the killer would be the best. It's always fun to be the killer. It's more fun to be the bad guy. Number 12, coulrophobia is the fear of clowns. Are you clowning around? Now, when it comes to clowns in movies, I don't find them particularly scary, or even in real life. But there have been people that existed who have been evil clowns that People that committed murder and they were clowns that went bad, you know, like John Wayne Gacy, you know, that's a scary freaking dude right there. But as far as in movies, not really. I mean, I love the killer clowns from outer space, and they are pretty creepy, but whenever I watch that movie, I find myself laughing a lot. It's more funny than scary. Then you have, like, Art the Clown. Yeah, he's pretty creepy, and he's brutal as hell, but I don't get scared watching that movie. Even Stephen King's It is, you know, Pennywise is pretty creepy, but not scary, really, you know. So, number 13 is the final question. If you could spend one day as a ghost, who would you haunt and why? I'd say my wife, Christy, because of the fact that she's scared me so many times, because she's so good at doing that, and she always laughs, and we have a great time. She always manages to get me somehow. So I'm going to get her back. It was only for one day, you know. And her mother, too, you know. Only because she scares so easily. She's very jumpy because she does believe in ghosts. And I don't really, but she does, you know. So because of that, I think it causes her to be jumpy. Alright, guys. So that is the return of the Halloween Tag 2023. Now I'm going to tag a few people. I'm going to tag my buddies over at the Morbid Hour. Yes, Hellhound from the Horror Metal channel, and Horror Fan 88, as well as, let me see, who else could I tag? I'll tag Random Ross over at Random Horror. So guys, do the tag, do the return of the Halloween tag, answer the call, and thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Urshan, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. Good evening, folks, and we got some brand new merchandise for you over at www.thehorrorcona.com, and that's CONA.com. Representing the Horror Corner. Great new design. We got the Morbid Hour live stream there, you got the Horror Hangout live stream there, and you got my nemesis, the Dark Fate. So grab your t-shirt over at www.thehorrorcona.com. And we also got this beautiful new mug. Look at that. Very, very cool. Thought that came out really nice. So grab your merchandise today over at www.thehorrorcona.com. Folks, don't forget to grab your Sean Patrick Urshan gear and represent the Horror Corner. Also, check out these awesome mugs we have. Perfect for your coffee. And definitely check out the Horror Hangout live stream t-shirt and represent the legacy of the Horror Hangout. Check out the link in the description below this video.